point of view, pretty much the same, but in terms of execution potential, you do have a bit more breathing room on the T side, and hopefully we'll see Lynn Vision bring their A game. It's going to be their pick. They start on the T side here against a stacked MOUZ. Their full lineup here, no nonsense with Jimmy not being in play like it was in Sydney. He's looking red hot as we get into this first map, ladies and gentlemen. The quarterfinals of CAC 2023 are underway as this is a big game. Hometown heroes Lynn Vision Gaming looking to put their best foot forward here, show us they can compete at this level and maybe make a run to the semi-finals as we get into the T-side pistol. They've got themselves a single smoke, a P250 for Starry, and that's about it in terms of utility. So we're thinking that's probably a heaven smoke, maybe in towards B, but we'll see as the round makes its way forward. You have got a bit of a short probe coming in from xertioN and xertioN.
I love this.
Claims some nice real estate, Anders.
Yeah, this is so important. I think you need to pass around, especially on this map. Just get a little bit proactive on the CT side. Try and find a little bit of info. They've actually flashed over from inside of the B bomb site to try and take all this space now.
Right.
I think Lynn Vision hears this, and now frozen's going to be maybe put to the test. He actually saw the shadow. He's calling it in, and they are rotating back here. No one's checking. Good return from Amelia. That's important. But the opening kill here at the quarterfinal goes to frozen. SG gets taken down, and now they're trying to flash their way through. It's going to be Suhe getting a kill, but Starry's right back into it. The P250, it rings true, and they should be able to get a bomb plant behind this.
Yeah, should be in the operative word. He's got xertioN with a guaranteed frag towards a connector, and actually coming back. Oh, he's been spotted, and that's going to be the bomb. Rising to as we get Zaka actually bringing it back into a 3 versus 1. xertioN now in a very, very problematic scenario. He said Lynn Vision needed a good start, and looks like they're on course to pick just that up as we'll have xertioN find Starry presumably, but the bomb's going to be going down towards B, so we'll get this first kill, no problem, but the bomb's going to be planted now. On the other side of the map, he will not have a kit available. He's got 100 HP in Kevlar up against Westmelon and Zaka, so obviously give it his best effort here. If he can bring it down to a 1 versus 1 quickly, he might have a fighting chance.
Makes the jump straight down to the wheelbarrow. That is a classic mistake on this particular map. Oh, they're trying to hunt him down. It's a bit risky. What a headshot from xertioN, but it's not going to make a difference. It's Westmelon to pick it up. And at that call, that caught MOUZ off guard. xertioN, I think he's never seen anything like it. He was flanking them. He actually had a surefire kill on Westmelon, but he wasn't expecting for them to make the retreat. He thought that was just someone looking for info. He didn't realize it was actually a fall back to the B bomb site. What a shocking start.
Well, as the analyst said, Lynn Vision Gaming, these players hit hard. You give them an opportunity to land some shots, they'll deliver on all fronts there. It's the P250 of Starry stepping up. 2 beautiful shots towards the A bomb site, and that's going to yield a nice pistol victory and a full eco out of MOUZ Sports here, number 2 as well. They've gone for the long rush. It's pretty popular right now, it seems. It always seems good for a couple of frags here. This will be G mowing them down. Bear in mind, he's a sniper as well, so any money he can farm is certainly welcomed, and a couple of kills have been found by this P2000 of Frozen. Now, can they do anything more with this? Nice little dink, so maybe there's one more kill available. Frozen will be on for a hat trick here as well. If you get a kill with the MAC-10 itself, that's another $600 in the bag. They will be buying into that next round. Amelia should have this one under lock and key. It's only 30 points of health for Frozen. I can't imagine a world where he gets another frag, Anders, but we're living in Frozen's world now as he does get a hat trick, and that might even be enough to justify an AWP in round number 3 here. I think he'll almost certainly drop the AWP over.
That is a really early pickup for the AWP, which is something that the CT side is struggling with these days. We've seen that in a number of games so far.
There it is.
Yeah, out of all the CS2 we've been covering, think of how many games the CTs don't get the AWP until like 5-6 rounds into it.
Those 2 kills of the P2000 amazing, but that third of the MAC-10, it does enable a xertioN AWP. This is massive for MOUZ Sports. They have all the advantages you could ask for going into round number 3. Media down to the Galil, but AKs otherwise. And there's that CT smoke you'll see almost every single round here. A bit of pace behind this one as Zaka willing to push his smoke towards short. No boost on the other side to greet him. And we've got 2 players towards a connector as well. It's quite a passive setup from MOUZ. They're not going to be on the front foot here, allowing Lynn Vision to make their way through the connector. You can see that deep Molotov that landed at the top of the steps as well, just trying to flush out any potential CTs on the other side. Still with 3 smokes in total. xertioN, bear in mind, they probably don't anticipate that he's got this AWP. It's very early to bring this one out. You need that sort of scenario, like getting a couple of jammy kills with the MAC-10. The P2000, the only way you can bring it out in round number 3 like this after losing the pistol. So we'll see if it pays dividends in the first interaction.
He has been so on point throughout the tournament. It's a scary prospect for them to be going up against. We'll see if they're going to be quite ready for it. They will dodge him for the start of this one, and the bomb is making its way back outside of the B bomb site. It's a double setup down there. Now, I think Frozen, yeah, he's going to get flashed around the corner, and that should be a bit of a clue. There's nobody here. They should start to realize something is up on the other side. But that double setup down and B, it's vulnerable for a good while. There comes the third player. Sue starting to get a bit closer now. We're down to 35 seconds. There's a potential opening, but Toshi, he wasn't even looking the right way, but still gets the flick on the Starry. And I think Jimpphat knows he's got the right idea. Good little lineup there. Good double kill. And as per usual, Jimmy's just making it look real casual and easy for himself. A third kill, and that's a good start.
You notice that stopping power of the M4A4 as well. You can see you have a lot more assertion available to you. You have the more bullets, you do a little bit more damage, and we're seeing more and more pros pick that weapon up. And it's because we've got the loadout system as well in CS2, bear in mind. You have the option of having the silencer M4 and the M4A4 itself. A lot of pros are opting to use it just to have a bit more in reserve in terms of holding bomb sites like B. So that's great work from MOUZ Sports. The AWP does work out for them. They held onto it as well. They've recovered a couple of AK-47s. And bear in mind, Lynn Vision don't really have the buffer of a bonus round or residual cash because they lost so much in round number 2 against the full eco. So 2-1, sure. A decent start for Lynn Vision, but this is almost certainly going to be going to 2-2. They don't really invest much here at all. Going to be getting $1,900 into the next round as well, Anders. So they've got, what, like $2,000 per player? You get $1,900 on top. It's more of the same. It's going to be Desert Eagles. That's if they don't do much with this one. We'll see if they can have any sort of impact. It doesn't look great to kick things off. It will be Torji finding Starry towards that party position.
He's showing no real fear in his movement here. He's really far forward. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of backup necessarily. He does have one in connector, but yeah, he's not afraid anyone's going to come charging his way. And looks like they're going to be cleaning this one up. I doubt if a bomb plant's going to be possible in this particular round. Frozen, he was in connector previously, but he's decided to come help out, and it's working out fine. The spray is good. Frozen, just again, another player to add to the mix on MOUZ that's just been playing very well the tournament.
Beautiful stuff. What did you make of the big playoff stage there, Anders? I was surprised. I didn't think we were getting a full arena experience. It was a pretty nice setup. The players are playing opposite each other on a huge stage. Looked pretty nice.
It does look sick. And they have like you can really sense like the height of the ceiling as well. It gives it like a little bit more grandeur. I like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it looks really sick.
So, like I said, even if they had an amazing round there, unless they win it, they're going to be more of the same going forward. So, Desert Eagles, no armor. That's why some teams would opt to force buy in that sort of round, because otherwise you just have back-to-back kind of underwhelming setups. It's kind of a double eco.
Yeah.
But we'll see what they can make of it. Like I said, more of the same. Some Deagles, some Tech 9s, a couple of Glocks in the mix as well. Just trying to bleed out some utility, I'm afraid. It's one of those rounds where I don't have much to say. Like, you're just trying to...
Yeah, I mean...
Every grenade, every incendiary, incendiary especially at $600. Grenades in general, about 300. A flash is 200 because bait as many out. It does have a knock-in effect. CT economy can be very fragile. So you don't just want to necessarily just rush in and get the round over with. You might as well see what you can do to the finances. But in terms of positional control right now, it's xertioN with a prime position, using that big old M4A4 to find the first frag and confirm they're still eco.
Going a little bit quick then. It's going to be fine anyway. Flash on over, but it's a little bit late for that kind of a trick. Unfortunately, they've lost a few too many players here, and it's going to be another clean round coming out of MOUZ. So just in every way, in terms of the economy and in terms of the rounds, starting to look really good for the MOUZ side of things. I would love to see a little bit. Jacob was talking about this on the desk about how you want to have that fear of the aim potential from Lynn Vision. It's something I think Jacob was talking about it in the past. You faced Tyloo in some of the group stage games in the past. That could have been a scary prospect, but you want to see that same feeling. Last time we saw Lynn Vision, I think G was the one that really stood out.
Yeah.
I want to see him.
I'll be honest though, they definitely got some good players and they can pack a punch, but they don't seem to have that superstar kind of quality in there, like that one big name we're looking towards. Like, yeah, right. G can have his moments. Zaka has very good stats coming into this tournament, but the level of opposition they play against, we haven't really seen either of them step up in a massive way to get a win in their belt. But we'll see. It's early days here. 3 in a row though for MOUZ. Torji, he's having a field day. You're right. He just seems to be everywhere right now. They've got to address this problem. The CTs can't have control of short every single round, which they have done since round 1. xertioN just trying to negate the bullets there. Spam coming through. Looks to be a B finish here, but very tentative. Lynn Vision, like they're hoping that that smoke will go down eventually towards connector, but they're just bleeding the clock right now. Don't really have much else otherwise. We have Starry, who's got himself towards the party area. but not really showing any presence. He'll have to join up with his teammates eventually as they continue to smoke off that connector, make things very frustrating. And xertioN, he might overstep the mark here. Bear in mind, they're waiting for any sort of aggression towards Monster. As we hit the 40-second mark, we still have 2 smokes. The problem is, though, they're losing more and more info around the map, and that's Frozen confirming there's only 1 player there, and we all know, Anders, in the current meta, a 4-1 setup is very common. I think they're just going to have to take a deep breath and go for the contact play here. The wheels have fallen off.
Yeah, this entry has to be dead on perfect, and it's not at the moment. xertioN's going to get killed there. Oh, but a nice return. Saka, that double almost brought them back into it, but it still might not be enough here. It's G on his own with 15 seconds on the clock. So it's right on the other side. I don't think G even realizes that he's on the site yet, so he's really blind at this one and running out of time as well. 7 seconds on the clock. Oh man, if he could have found him right then and there, it would have been sick, but unfortunately he just didn't have the time to check the whole bomb site, so almost coming back into it, but Saka getting that double kill.
Take a tactical timeout, Lynn Vision. You're getting absolutely bodied before the round even begins, so you cannot allow that sort of map control to come through against a team like MOUZ Sports. They're just feeling way too confident, way too comfortable. You need to start denying control of short especially. They cannot just lock you out a connector with 3 smokes, and then you have one player who's like, I guess, lurking, but like, what is this lurk even doing? Just standing top of middle and getting backstabbed himself. And like I said, the wheels fall off. They go for a contact play. There's just no time. 1 incendiary lands. They have to run through it. Fair enough. A couple of nice shots to even make the round competitive, but the bomb wasn't planted. In the end, it was a pretty convincing victory for MOUZ as they post 4 in a row here. So the loss bonus starting to accumulate, but only at the 4th stage right now to get maximum to the next. So you can justify a partial buy here. Should be getting themselves Deagle, armor. If they don't, this is a very conservative approach. So yeah, you can see them now, like, boys, like let's make the buys happen before the buy time expires. But kind of like half in, half out. Some of them partially invested, Anders, some didn't. On the T side, unless you're going for double orbs, you should be getting Tech 9, Kevlar, basic utility. You get $3,400 next round. You want to take the money down to around 2,000, but we'll see if this is going to be enough. G is focusing on that utilities. He's got smokes, flashes, molotovs. So this will be a B execution, hoping to at least get that plant down.
Grenade is a bit early there for MOUZ, but the molotov will keep them at bay for a little while longer. We'll see if G can set up the right number of grenades here. Smoke just as they're trying to get through. So half of them are going to be running through the smoke, and Jimmy's on the other side just doing excellent work. He spins around. He's looking for the quad kill. He lined up the headshot right there. And if G had come through, it might have been the ace right there and there. It's a real stopping power. Again, you pointed it out, the M4A4, just the extra bullets, the extra stopping power.
I think it's going to be a big deal here. We talked about it yesterday, and I guess I failed to mention, like, of course, we didn't see it as often because in CSGO, you have to choose one or the other.
Yes.
Now, with the fact that if you get a good CT economy going, it still is a very viable weapon. The extra 10 bullets, especially if you're holding, like, upper bomb side on you, can fend off 2 kills towards Squeaky. You normally have to reload at that point. You still got 10 ready to go towards a hut, and you can actually kind of turn your head on a swivel, actually have, like I said, stopping power, and it's reflected here by Jimpphat.
Maybe it's worth pointing out as well, or maybe picking up on what Blair was talking about on the desk, how this, for Lynn Vision, this might be one of the biggest lands they've been to in terms of...
absolutely.
Like, that might also introduce some nerves. It might be a little bit more difficult, and it's an MR12 format, so it can already feel quick if you're getting beat up this badly, but you always have so few rounds. Like, it just snaps your fingers, and then, suddenly, we're actually 3-4 rounds down. What are we doing, you know?
I don't think the default game is going to be working out too well for them, honestly. I feel like just set pieces from spawn and just get that bomb planted. You've got hard-hitting players that can frag. And yeah, we're going to start taking some liberties here. Zaka, he might be able to find the opening frag. That's more like it. Let's get off the leash. Get stuck in. You can go toe-to-toe in terms of the aim. You're not going to beat them from a tactical perspective. And this is the best chance Lynn Vision have had since the pistol. 5 rounds in a row against them. Amelia needs to be very careful. If he goes down with nothing here, it could be very detrimental to the squad. Westmelon tucks himself in, though, beneath the connector. 4-on-4, bomb planted. They've got a fighting chance here if Westmelon can just stay alive as long as possible.
Yeah, this started to look really good. There's a lot of money on the MOUZ side, so they might be incentivized to investigate a little bit further than you normally would. If they had almost no cash, they definitely wouldn't go for this 3-on-4. And now I think they've got the message. It's Saka again coming up with a double kill, but that opening, obviously, he walked through the smoke, and they just didn't even realize. So, good stuff.
Those are the sort of heads-up players we need, though. Like, just get yourself in a position where you're going to find a duel. Like I said, if you try and play MOUZ's game, you try and bait out the utility and then push them back slowly, you're just going to run out of time and be mowed down by the crossfires. But those sort of plays, the unexpected ones, catching them off position, off guard. That's exactly what we need to see. That's much more like it. Lynn Vision, courtesy of Xaka, cracking things open in towards B. It's Westmelon then patrolling the connector where MOUZ has chosen to set up that particular round. So it all works out, but there's still going to be plenty of money for MOUZ considering they save an M4 and the AWP. That's a shot from Xaka. Really did need that to make this round a possibility. Westmelon, like I said, presenting some self-preservation as well. First kill, tucks himself in, good crossfire. And this is a very important round now. If they can win this, they'll start to dent the economy, but Frozen still got $10,000 at it, so they've got a long way to go before they're there.
There's a lot they have to try and punch through here, Lynn Vision, there's no doubt about it, but they are outside of the B bomb side once again. We'll see if they take you up on your offer to, you know, keep things simple, a little bit straightforward.
There's 5 players here, right?
Yeah.
I would just like to see an execution, even just a play like this. This is big. Just get stuck in. Hasn't necessarily worked out. There's still a fighting chance, though. If they can take down Torji, they'll have a reasonable situation. A 3 versus 2, not done yet. Westmelon working with Starry here. They take a lot of damage from that grenade. Still trading out the kills. I don't think Starry has the HP to make this one work. It'll be an absolutely magnificent display if he can go further. But there it is. Not quite the execution, but I still don't mind it. Just that Wolfpack setup. And if they maybe split from short as well, could have made things a little bit more complicated. But that didn't really have much impact. And
it's a really, really hard obstacle to overcome, right? You've got the deep flashbang to offset the AWP, but it's really hard to flash. Like, obviously, well, I mean, you can't, right? If Jimpphat's playing anti-flash looking into the corner, you're going to have a hard time clearing that position there. But if he only gets 1 kill, if it's not a double for the M4A4 player there is a way that they can make that work. It's one of the, again, they don't win the round, but it's a closer round than some of the other ones where they stretch out. I still feel like it
kind of suits their playstyle, right?
Yeah.
There were some heads-up duels. They weren't completely wrecked by utility. They weren't held out by a smoke or an incendiary. They had a fighting chance there. You're right. If you get the double kill comes through instead of the equal trade, you never know. But it is going to be 6-3. Pretty harsh reset for Lynn Vision, but they did manage to keep decent numbers up before. So not all is lost. They still have the G AWP we're going to see for the first time, and a bit of a technical pause here. It's the first game on stage to be expected, I suppose. We have moved into the arena now.
Yeah, for MOUZ, it's another day in the office, right? They kind of know what the stage is all about. I guess for Jimpphat, maybe he's, you know, less experienced, but he's not showing it.
No, he's a stone cold killer, Anders.
Yeah.
Nothing phases this kid.
Yeah, that double kill for him really made a difference here. We'll see once we're through the tech pause if Lynn Vision can make this round work. They really need to, right? Otherwise, it's going to spiral out.
Yeah, on their map pick as well. That's why they're starting the T side, if you're not aware. It's a best of 3 here. The CAC Championships 2023, $500,000 prize pool. And the last remaining hope for China in terms of representation is Lynn Vision Gaming here in the quarterfinals up against the mighty MOUZ Sports, currently ranked number 2 in the world. Didn't have the best showing at Sydney, but bear in mind they didn't have Jimpphat with them. This is a chance of redemption to show that they are still a top team within CS2, and so far so good. They're up to 6 rounds here, 3 on the board for Lynn Vision. As we get to the closing stages of this first half, I'd like to see at least 1 more round for Lynn Vision. Then with the pistol in the second, they'll still have a competitive chance moving forward. These technical pauses, normally just a headset issue. It's normally just sorting out the in-ears, make sure the mics work, and hopefully we'll be underway momentarily. Up next as well, we have another quarterfinal for you. Some household names being brought into the server. We've got ENCE versus NIP. This could be an interesting one because we've got ENCE with a stand-in as well. We've got NIP with, I don't even know what you'd call it, this kind of just, they're here. They're here with a team.
And playing better than we expected, to be honest, right? So I guess that is something to think about, but you're right. It is a bit of a weird position for NIP to be in overall, which is just true for half the Counter-Strike scene at the moment, I suppose. So, you know, we just all have to live with it. Yeah, all right. Frozen's got some fans.
Yeah, rightly so. Great player, good guy.
A little bit, you know, one of the people that sort of goes under the radar at times when you end up talking about, you know, interesting players in the European scene.
In terms of like top players, like the best riflers we have in the game right now, he's not normally part of that conversation, but he's rising the ranks each and every tournament. We are back underway, ladies and gentlemen. MOUZ, Lynn Vision Gaming, 6-3, as the international squad are looking pretty solid here after losing the pistol, only giving up 1 gun round so far. And Lynn Vision have tried a plethora of approaches here. We've had the defaults, we've had the contact plays, we haven't had many set-piece executions, and G, once again, taking matters into his own hands, runs the gauntlet through the flames, and now might actually have an opening chance. Jimpphat's going to check this, but it's a nice wide swing that doesn't allow the Orb to find the first pick, and they've taken a lot of damage on routes here. Westmelon, G, Media, all taking so much without dishing out any damage themselves.
I still love it as a risky play. Most player would like to say a calculated risk, really, running through the flames like that. I think it's a sick idea. There are so many maps where you can do that kind of thing on, and all it takes is for one of the CTs to kind of slightly forget about it, which you can easily do. You've got so many different protocols you're going through at the beginning of the round, like you're trying to stack the smokes right, or you're looking for the monster tunnel. So I love the idea, but didn't really work out the way that he was expecting. Missing the shot, and 50 seconds on the clock here, Henry.
What have they got left? Still with 5 smokes, Anders. That's kind of wild. To be sub 1 minute, you still have 5 smokes on the T side. Suggests they're cooking something up here. Maybe a fake towards the A side of the map with these 2 players along, just trying to work out what kind of setup they're up against here. How much vision do the CTs have available to them? And, well, quite a lot towards long, it would seem. Starry gets nothing done. And again, they might just have to limp in towards the B side. They haven't used any of these smokes. They're just going to be walking in. This is nuts.
Very, very risky. Flashes are coming through, and now the smokes are finally going up, but it might be a little bit too late. Kills are coming through, though, on the MOUZ side of things. Zaka and Emily are both going down. Westmelon's too little too late. 10 seconds, you have to walk on out.
This was not a good round, unfortunately. I always try and find a silver lining, and as you know that. Yeah. But if you've walked into a bomb site and you're not deploying any smoke, this is what's going to happen. Like, you need to at least eradicate the risk and take some of the choke points out. Let's say Graffiti, let's say Heaven, let's Molotov the barrels. They just did nothing. They lost a player towards long. Not really sure the intention was there. He just swung by himself with the AK and dies to the Orb, and then that's what? That's your fake.
I think it's fine for him to go long. The issue is when they flash that corner and don't find anyone, you have to be aware as the player that's swinging that you've alerted anyone inside of the bomb site that there's something happening, right? So normally the flashes obviously work to, to disrupt your opponents, but it can also work as a beacon for them to know when to peek, and that's exactly what happened, right? The Torshi's in there saying, oh, there's a flash long, I'm going to take a look.
Just disappointed, I was kind of almost commending them, the fact that they've been so disciplined with the smokes, and then they've already lost the round. It's 5-on-2 before they smoke Heaven.
Yes.
You know, let's smoke Heaven before then, shall we? Like, if this is going to be the case, surely let's use the utility while we still have a chance of maybe winning the round. But yeah, that's a pretty underwhelming one from Lynn Vision. Running out of time here. Penultimate round, 7-3, and they are going to limp in with Galils and AKs. More out of desperation more than they've got something they can really bring to the server here. This is starting to spiral. They won the pistol, they're 2-0 star. Straight up wallbang through the smoke from Shui towards the connector.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, it's just, they're doing these foot 1 setups, but the lurking player seems to have little to no impact.
And staying alive is kind of half the battle. If you are going to be playing that 4-1, you really need to be a little bit more passive. But obviously get wallbang down, that's just really rough. I imagine that maybe Suri was jumping to find exactly
that. It was towards short, to beg your pardon. It was through connector, so maybe, he could have jumped out, got the info, then spammed him down. I'm sure the replay will tell all. But here we go again. Back towards A. More of contact plays here. They've got some decent map control at the very least, but in terms of Torshi's setup, these are easy pickings, Anders. This is just, he can't believe his luck. There's no real pressure being applied. Difficult to get excited about the round because they barely do any damage and are just getting picked off 1 by 1.
And it goes back to your earlier advice, which I feel still holds true, right? This kind of slow approach where you're waiting and you're sort of walking around the corner slowly, you could just tell that MOUZ is so locked into this game that you're not getting away with much here. All right, just don't know if he jumped it up, but straight up spam to take him down. What a rough way to go.
Yeah, these are alarm bells now. Lynn Vision, it doesn't seem they've got a real game plan to counter MOUZ Sports. It looks like they're playing their own game, which would usually work against lesser opposition, but just look at Torji.
Oh my God, he's having a good time, isn't
it? That is sick. And a good flashbang at least. It will recover the rifle, but the damage has been done. Westmelon down to 50 points of health after the spam through the wooden boards and xertioN chomping at the bit to get stuck in even further. I think he's got a guaranteed kill here, Anders, and that will be Westmelon taken care of.
Definitely a message being sent here to Chinese Counter-Strikers all perhaps that You know, that in terms of where we are right now at CS2, this is definitely something that that needs to improve a little bit. A lot of studying to catch up because absolutely MOUZ are looking deadly here. It's a 9-3 first half, Henry, in favor of MOUZ, and they just look rock solid right now.
Yeah, difficult to get excited about that first half, Anders. Not going to lie to you, not going to sugarcoat it. They win the pistol, and that's pretty much all they do. The other round they pick up is when Xaka just walked through monsters by himself, found the opening kill. It wasn't down to strategic prowess or a great fake or an execution that really rocked their world. It was just a nice kill, and look at the Torchies is like, he's playing like matchmaking right now. He's just running around with the AWP, enjoying himself, and yeah, there doesn't seem to be much resistance offered up from Lynn Vision here. That is a disastrous first half after winning the pistol, and they'll switch over to the CT side here, and let's hope they can show us why they picked the map, because that was worrying.
Yeah, cause for concern. Definitely, you could see they were trying to figure out kind of different, like they were trying different things, but anything that involved a more slow approach and you know, that sort of like finding the info, stretching across the map, doing all those things, they just get picked off before they even get close to it, and that's not going to work out. So
that's why I would have just loved to have seen, let's just get towards B, set up our execution, and let's just get through it. Let's just see if we can find a couple of trades. Let's try and get the bomb down and all the chaos, and see if we can clutch around out. I don't think the bomb was planted the entire half, dude. Just
you might have been right.
I think that's accurate. I don't think they planted once the entire half. That is normally a telltale sign that this is not a matchup that will be going in their favor. But still, if they win the pistol and they can park the bus on the CT side, you never know.
They do say 9-3 is the new 11-4.
They do say that. That's a good point. I guess
we said that a couple of days ago. But
that's one storyline we can hold on to. That's about the most promising thing Lynn Vision have got going for them, is maybe some voodoos in the air, and the 9-3 scoreline can help them out.
Yeah. We are retreating to Counter-Strike astrology.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much where we're at. So, in terms of the overall setup here, utility, not necessarily... Oh, there it is. One smoke and a flash for Shui, actually. And Glocks otherwise, as they start to dissect the map here, Anders. xertioN on the P250.
Really pushing his luck there, but you know, when you're this far ahead, you're gonna feel like, you know, let me just try and take this shot. Oh my God!
See ya.
Yeah, good night to Westmelon. That is gonna be, that's a spicy shot right there.
Yeah, juicy shot. Takes a bite out of Westmelon.
That's exactly right.
All
30 seconds though.
So, in we go. This is like what you want to see, the smoke down spawn, the flash can going over. You found the frag. Bomb should be planted, no problem. You're going to assume there's probably some remaining CT presence here. One towards long, that's going to be Starry. Bear in mind, they didn't necessarily confirm it was clear, but now they're going to know exactly what's up. So this comes down to these frags. Shui's in a prime position, but can't quite connect the dots. And now all of a sudden this is looking possible, but not for long. Young Jimmy arrives at the scene of the crime, mows them down with the quad kill there. Nothing but headshots on that Glock. Beautiful round from MOUZ as they go double digits, 10-3. Lynn Vision, I think they have no choice but to force by Anders. Usually I would say on a map like Overpass, you're taking the full eco here, but I don't think you can allow it to go 11-3 before you bring your guns out. Like maybe they will full eco. I would say you need a bit of a miracle here. Probably just go for the Deagles and present something kind of chaotic. So they've taken the full eco. So this is 11-3 already.
But all his kills look so stress-free. It's just it's like Counter-Strike ASMR watching him play. It's just like he's never really overworked. He's just taken like the smallest angle possible, getting all the headshots. Doesn't look like he's very stressed at all. It's very relaxing in a way. In spite of the fact that he's got 16-5, so he's in a lot of the fights at the moment. A little bit of a fight coming out, and there's too many USPs fighting xertioN. Nice shot at the back as I think Suhe wanted to try and see if he could equalize, but they're going to get a bomb planted down here, so I don't think there's much Lynn Vision can do. But I mean, in terms of the round, it's pretty good. You get a Mac 10, you get an AK, you get to try and do a little bit more in the next round. Don't think you could do anything to retake it again. They don't have the defuse kit, so it's just going to be way too long. Don't mind throwing over the USPs, maybe the Mac 10 if you really wanted to, but just don't give up the AK if you can avoid it. Oh, Jimpphat showing up. He's just going to keep going. He's 19-5, Henry. It can't be stopped.
He is having the time of his life. out there on the big stage right now as they go 11-3 as predicted. It's still quite impressive. We got 3 kills in the Felica there, but in this scoreline doesn't really mean too much. It will help them get a slightly stronger buy. Each kill was worth $300, I suppose. They took the Felica there, so they will have rifles. They could bring out a G glass cannon. I think they probably will. They need a hero to shine up. Yeah, I think you might as well just purchase it. He's got just enough to bring out the AWP, nothing else, which he'll go for. And yeah, so nice work. Good offensive flank here. But ultimately, a pretty convincing round in the end. There was no danger of losing it, although they kept them relatively modest. I guess we can say that. If it was a closer scoreline here, I would say that's significant. But this right now, it doesn't feel like it's going to have much effect. But time will tell. They can win this first gun round. We'll see whether they can start to build their way into the first map of the quarterfinal. Is that all?
Oh, look at Frozen. Just charging on through. Don't even know if there was a friendly flashbang to set him up. He just went for it. A little bit risky if there is a peek on or a boost on the other side, but he's going to be fine. And he's taking a bit of map control for the start of the round here. I feel like glass cannon on this map is a little safer than it is on some other maps.
It's fine. Certainly viable. And like I said, they probably need it right now. G has been one of their, if not the best player for them this tournament.
Yeah, certainly seems like it. Saka with a bit of a jump, and I'm sure that's been called in by Frozen. Still need to find out where the rest are. Yeah, he is gone.
Unfortunately, that's a wallbang as well, so the armor does become a bit of an issue. That's the most commonly overlooked position in all of Counter-Strike.
It must be, right?
It's wild. Having only second to not to the cubby on Inferno, but there we go. 3-on-3 certainly does favor the T side, and we are going to see a bit of a reaction here as they push towards Monster. Actually, timing looks pretty promising for Amelia. Might be able to catch out the player, but he's going to be ready and waiting for it. That's Frozen. You have to wake up pretty early in the morning, and we have to catch him out as that's the B bomb side wide open. You can pretty much guarantee if a player is probing like that, he's hunting for information.
Oh my God.
Frozen is hunting for victory as Starry is left in a 3-versus-1. This is for map points as well, and it's just such a categorical victory for MOUZ here. Difficult to really build up the hype in that sort of scenario because Frozen just absolutely schooling them with the AK-47.
Yeah, I think it sends a message, like the way that he's standing in the last 2 kills, like he doesn't really need to be facing anybody. They can just play around the bomb, but they're so confident, I think, individually on the MOUZ side that they can win these fights.
Look at him go. Great awareness, beautiful shots.
My God.
This guy, he's in championship form right now.
Absolutely. 13-3 on Frozen.
Yeah.
Jimpphat at 20-5 as we go into a very sketchy buy. It's a scout, it's 3 MP9s, it's 1 for MOUZ. Lynn Vision trying to get some more rounds on the board here before MOUZ just swiped them out of Overpass. Starry, a little bit aggressive. And does a tiny bit of damage to Suhei, nowhere near enough.
Oh, it's the scout as well towards long. Bear in mind, it's map point, ladies and gentlemen. Scout doesn't connect. AK certainly does. Looks like there's maybe a double kill here. Frozen is dropped eventually, not before doing considerable damage. And yeah, I'm going to stand up, Anders. I think we might be done here as we enter the 4-versus-2. Not the best map to kick off the quarterfinals.
Definitely not. But again, I mean, our hopes were that Lynn Vision were going to be playing, you know, different levels to what we saw against Tyloo, and so far, I think individually, and maybe in terms of the decision-making overall, they haven't been able to do that.
Look how far away he is. He couldn't be more far removed from the equation. So ladies and gentlemen, take from this what you will, but it's a fantastic statement performance from MOUZ. I'll say that much. Right? They're looking great as a squad. Right? This is a team that could be in contention for the trophy itself. 13-3 comes through after winning the pistol. Lynn Vision went up 2-0 and then just got absolutely walloped in every single follow-up round here. Difficult to really get that hyped if you're MOUZ. It just feels like business as usual, as they didn't really have to break a sweat. They didn't get the bomb